been able to sequence our downtown street lights in a nearly perfect pattern. In the past, they've always been sequenced within the grid. And with that grid, we have sequenced our lights to where if you're traveling north on Grand, for example, and you get the green light at Main Street, you're going to get a green light at Main, and then Broadway, and then Randolph, and then Maple. All of those lights are going to turn green at exactly the same time. And you may know in the middle of the night, the lights downtown, they flash red, except for Grand Street. Grand flashes yellow, and that's the north-south. And people have asked, well, why don't we have the east-west? Because those are, predominantly traveled more, but our fire and rescue need that quick movement up Grand Street or down Grand Street should they need to get through. So we leave it on yellow, and we have the other intersections on red. Now, I know from experience, we drove the other day from the north to the south when we topped the overpass right up here, and we were going southbound. We seen green lights here from the bottom of the overpass, and we drove it, and we drove all the way through to here and got in this left turn lane, and we never caught a red. So it was a beautiful thing for me. It tells me that it's working. It tells me that the algorithms in the system are in check and they're working like we want them to. White signs with black text and then the City of Enid logo. And the reason for that is because it's a central business district, and the white signs indicate that this is a central business district. And they're up on our mast arms of the intersection signal lights, and you'll see those. And it also gives it I've used this word several times, a nostalgic feel, right, for our downtown area. So we've chose at the city to go with detection mounted on our mast arms and on our Cobra heads, our street lights, if you will. And the higher up we can get those, the better. And what we do with that is we aim the camera at the intersection for the oncoming traffic, and we put our little box in there. It's a digital box that tells the system when you pull into that zone, you're in the queue, you're ready. This is the sensor that we've seen on the pole. And this sensor, when it's triggered by a flashing light at the right frequency, will turn the approach that it's wired to red first and then give it a green. It stops all traffic and then gives it a green. And this is simulating what is on the front of a fire truck. Not a lot of people know this, but we put reflective beads in the paint too. We shoot the paint down wet, and right behind us another gun that shoots beads right on top of it so that we get retroreflectivity at night. So all that's going on. So if you're behind a paint truck or behind a row of cars, just assume you're behind a paint truck if you can't see that big sign that says wet paint, and don't drive on our lines.